Tweets like this kind of like this person should have already been blocked. I can tell they should have already been blocked by me. But like, yeah, AEW did reignite my love of pro wrestling, and it had nothing to do with Chris Jericho or John Moxley. I started watching because Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks were there. That's why I started watching. And coming with watching that, yeah, I started watching WWE again. But I'm not very happy about that. Like, if you like wrestling because of AEW, then you don't actually like wrestling because AEW isn't wrestling at all. It's stuff like this. You say this, but there's factually more wrestling on AEW than WWE. That's why you're blocked. I originally started watching wrestling because I wanted to see wrestling. Like, oh, these people can do this to each other, like with no repercussions. That's why I started watching it. I started watching it after I started playing the game. But like, after seeing that there was more than WWE to this, I started watching AEW, Ring of Honor, New Japan, Stardom. I ran all the way up to Stardom, and I want to start getting into TJPW next. But like, I started watching when Mark Henry was like ECW heavyweight champ. I think I literally stopped watching wrestling in 2010 when the Shield was still a thing. Um, if it weren't for the Young Bucks, I wouldn't have seen Ring of Honor. When I saw Ring of Honor, I was like, oh, there's more. There's more to this than WWE. Then I saw BTE. I didn't watch AEW at the beginning because I was just like, yeah, I don't know if that's gonna last very long at first. But then I started watching. I'm like, this is very good. This is very good. Way better than I anticipated. And then I was like, hey, well, when was going on in WWE then? Like, that was in like 2019. Like, I started seeing AEW on my feed and stuff, and then I was like, okay, well, what's going on in like Raw and stuff? And like Roman Reigns was still the big dog, and he was reuniting with Seth sometimes and fighting like Drew McIntyre and stuff. Like, I literally stopped watching for almost 10 years, and I came back for wrestling. I was a little bit disappointed when I saw WWE and compared it to AEW. Like, I was seeing stuff from New Japan. I was hearing about Bullet Club a lot more. So I was researching all these people. I was looking at their stuff and I was getting into it. And I realized there were more wrestling promotions than WWE. And I realized how little wrestling is actually on WWE. So yeah, I mean, I'm still kind of fizzling out of WWE. I'm fine with occasionally watching a WWE pay per view, but like the actual week to week shows, they kind of suck to me. I'm not gonna lie. And I was like, oh, so the best wrestlers in the world are not in America. This is weird, or at least not anymore. But then they all came back to America, and now they're all in AEW. Yeah. And then, like I said before, it's like there's a bunch of people out there that don't want an alternative, and they just want anything that's not WWE to fail. And I don't understand that. Like, that would put hundreds of people out of jobs, maybe thousands of people out of jobs. Why would you want that? Just for like most of them not get booked on WWE, and when they are, they're just saying words. Like, I don't see the appeal to that. But like, I've done a really good job at when I want to get into a new promotion, I can like, and I do it the same way every time. Yeah, who do I recognize? Who have I seen before? Okay, they're here. Let me hitch to them, and then see what they're doing, and then start spreading out and seeing what other people are doing. Like when I started watching Stardom, I had to hitch on two people. I knew I had to hitch on two people because there's so many factions. So I said, okay, I'll hitch on Mina Shirakawa because I can recognize that name, and I'll hitch on Starlight Kid. So I use those two names to start understanding what I'm watching, who I'm watching, and what's going on. And with AEW, I was like, okay, I've been watching BTE, so I'm gonna know a couple people here. And then I realized, oh, there's more people here that I recognize than I thought. Oh, Sean Spears is here. Oh, John Moxley's here. Jericho's here. Like, of course, the former Bullet Club members, Kenny's here. Young Bucks are here. Adam Page is here. So I was like, okay, this is an easy branch out thing. I could easily see what everybody's doing. And then get to know anybody that I don't. Like Daniel Garcia. I didn't know who he was at first, but I found out. And I love him. Swerve. I recognized him from WWE because he was Isaiah Scott in NXT. Easy branch out stuff. I remember seeing him debut, like with the contract thing with Tony Schiavone. Yeah, I was like, oh, that's awesome. I recognize him. He's a star. Dude, like he should have been a champion, like a bigger champion in WWE. He was North American, I believe, but he didn't win the world. Should have. He deserved it. But like honestly, if it weren't for AEW, I probably would have stopped watching wrestling 10 years ago. Like even when I started coming back in 2019, I probably would have dropped in a couple months. Honestly, like I don't like the pacing and I don't like their branding. Like even this championship right here, I've debated selling because I hate that there's a large WWE logo on the front. I don't like associating myself with WWE fans because so many of them are so weird. This right here, I've planned on selling a couple times. Bray Wyatt held that one. Isn't that interesting? Oh, hey Ramzeez, what's your favorite championship in AEW? Is it the World? At the time, I was like, nah, I like the other one. It was the red TNT title. Oh, Brody Lee held that one. Oh, interesting. Favorite promotion in Japan? Well, right now it's not New Japan. It's Stardom. Even got a Donna Del Mondo folder because I was a huge fan of Himika. And this 5-star Grand Prix 2022 keychain because Mike and Himika's first match against each other was there. Wish I could have got Himika merch. I should have I had the chance. I didn't realize. I didn't know how to get Stardom merch at the time. But yeah, multiple times I've debated on selling that blue championship to get the AEW World Championship. It just happens to be twice the price though, so I don't know. We'll figure it out.